Hello, welcome back again to another episode of Skata123. Today we're going to be covering Dash by Plotly. It's a nice little application there for doing graphing and all sorts of other nice graphic capabilities within a browser. So for this, it's kind of similar to the stuff we were doing before. If you looked at the previous videos, if you're basically using tkinter, that's basically Python application graphics internally into the application. This is a web browser graphics package, so you can do pretty much everything similar to that, only it's going to be through a browser. Now, to give you a quick instruction dash here, we'll just kind of go through where it is in the directory to actually start it. For Windows, you're going to have to start it within the command prompt. You cannot do that by double-clicking on the actual program. This is your actual program. Your program is a Python program. We'll get into that a little bit later in furthering episodes, but just start running that, and you'll see it's coming up running. You'll see the Flask, which is a part of Plotly, that's generating the actual web interface. And so now let's just go back to our browser here. Let's refresh this. It's your localhost 8050. Now in this one we're doing your dash DAC controls. There's basically your dash DAC controls that are going to be specific to what you're going to do for DAC type systems. So we'll cover that first here. Basically this is fairly straightforward in and out. The way most dash is done is you've got your inputs, a program in between to do stuff, and your output. Here I'm simplifying it to just basically just give you inputs and outputs and not do much in between, but it shows you all the graphic capabilities you can do. You can just write whatever you want in between for the program. So to kind of give you a quick show here, you've got vertical switches, you've got a little text here that says if it's off or on. We'll click on that. You'll see it changes, switches true, click it off, switches false. These are all kind of matched up to ins and outs to keep them fairly similar. So if you got an on off, you'll see an indicator light over here that goes on and off as you click it. Same thing here with numeric input and LED display. It kind of matches up nicely. If you increment this, you'll see it increment in an LED display, and so on as it increments up, increments down, whatever, just kind of in and outputs. Beautiful little simplified graphics, all web-based. So you can have this kind of portable for almost anything you could think of. You got start button type thing here. You can see how many times it's clicked if you want to. You've got the same toggle switch, but in this case, this was altered to a vertical. This is its standard horizontal. You'll see the same thing going on here. Just click it back and forth. You'll see this change true and false. Your gauge, kind of similar. Your knob and the gauge are kind of compartment of the same thing. Here you can kind of see the feedback on the knob itself, but it's kind of nice to have an additional feedback on the gauge. So as we scroll this down, you'll see the display change here as well as here, and vice versa. And now you see that go back up, and same thing. Just inputs, outputs, nice browser interface graphics. You've got a slider that's basically going to a graduated bar. That graduated bar you can also edit where you want different colors to be, say for a safe, a problem, or hazard for say red. So you go green, yellow, and red to kind of give you additional graphics as well as just actual number in the full scale. You can kind of do the same thing with a tank or a thermometer. So I just kind of combined all three of those there. You can pretty much just scroll this on down and you'll see it goes way down to 20 like we had 20 here. Same with the tank, same with the thermometer. You can scroll it back up again. Now as we go higher up, you see in the 60s you're starting to hit the yellow there. Let's take it on up. You got 80 and now you're into the red on that. So you can set the variables where you want the actual color changes to be, but this gives you a great little simple example. This works wonderful for any internet type instrumentation stuff you want to do, as well as just being able to see via the internet any of your DAC applications type thing. So this is one more toolbox in your little chest there. So hope this helps out. Hope you appreciate it. I'll give you the links below so you can download and try it out yourself. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.